This guy on screen was worth nearly $3 billion and is one of the most respected investors of all time. He said one thing about making money that stuck with me, and I want to share it with you today.
Yeah, the hard part of the process for most people is the first $100,000.
For most people, making that first $100,000 feels impossible. It's like climbing a mountain without a map. I watched this clip over 6 years ago and didn't understand what he meant at the time. Surely making $1 million is a lot harder than making $100,000. It's literally 10 times more. But I followed his advice, and the crazy thing is, it worked. So why is the first $100,000 the hardest, coming from someone who's done it nearly 50 times? Well, let me explain. There are two main reasons why the first $100,000 is the hardest. The first reason is something called the skill gap. Let's use gaming as an example. Think about the top players in any game, the ones with massive followings, sponsorships, and prize money. These guys have invested hundreds, if not thousands of hours into becoming the best. They've been grinding 8 hours per day, every day, just to compete at the highest level. Now, imagine going up against them after casually playing for 2 to 3 hours per day. You get destroyed. But here's the thing. Once those professional gamers reach the top, every tournament they play in gets easier. They've already refined their skills, learned the rules, and built systems to keep on winning. It's the same thing with making money, especially when you're just starting out. At first, the gap between you and where you want to be feels impossible to cross. And here's the thing, it's even harder for Gen Z. Study shows that Gen Z is financially worse off than any other generation. The cost of living is skyrocketing, and Gen Z is gaining independence slower than ever before. This means most of you are stuck in low-skilled, low-paying jobs, progressing slower than anyone else. But it's not all bad news. Our generation has one massive advantage. We grew up with the internet. Our parents needed tens of thousands of dollars saved to just start a business. Today, it only costs a few $100s to get started, and learning from successful people is cheaper and easier than ever before. The second reason that your first $100,000 is the hardest is compound interest, or rather the lack of it. Think of your money like a snowball, and every 100k checkpoint as points down a mountain. When you start, you're at the bottom of the mountain and you don't have any momentum. You're climbing a mountain uphill, collecting cash as you go, and it takes everything you've got just to get it to its peak. But once that snowball starts rolling downhill, it picks up more snow, and the snow being your skills, lessons, experience, and network, and it grows larger and faster as it rolls. By the time you've hit your 10th $100,000 checkpoint, your snowball is massive and practically unstoppable. But none of that happens without the first getting to the top of the mountain and rolling that initial ball of $100,000. And this isn't just some fluffy analogy, it's backed by data. Let's look at the stock market. If you invested $10,000 every single year, it'll take just 7 years to reach your first 100k. But the second 100k, just 5 years. And by the time you're working on your 10th $100,000, it will take less than 2 years. That's the power of momentum. But it all happens after you make your first $100,000. That's the key to starting a journey of compounding wealth. But here's the thing, letting the stock market grow your money is slow. You can either wait 7 years for your first $100,000, or you can take control and speed it up. And by speed it up, I mean make it within just a year using the same method. Just like Rayan did when he made $100,000, not in 1 year, but in just 1 month. Or how Seve did when he made $250,000 this year as a kid just out of college. If you want to make money faster, you need two things: the right skills and the right vehicle. Skills are the tools that let you build wealth, and the vehicle is the method that you use to apply those skills. It's usually a business. I'll show what my preferred skill and vehicle are, but first, let's break down the same method. Most people think they're going to make 6 figures a year by watching YouTube videos or gambling on crypto meme coins. That's not how it works. Every successful entrepreneur you see online has one thing in common. They learned one skill, mastered it, and got so good that people are willing to pay them for it. Even those gurus that you see online, they've mastered storytelling and sales to convince thousands of people to buy their courses. Here's a list of skills that I recommend as a starting point, and here's my personal favorite: helping creators make money with their audience. We'll talk more about that later. If you're not sure which skill to choose, here's what to do. Firstly, write down a list of things you're naturally good at. This could be public speaking, writing, debating, anything at all. Then, write a list of activities that you enjoy doing and can do for hours without getting bored. I want you to find the overlap between these two lists. That overlap is your ideal skill. If it's on the screen, great, pursue it. If it's something else people pay money for, go for that. But just learning a skill isn't enough. Most people fail because they don't take action. Watching 1,000 YouTube videos won't make you a millionaire. Implementation will. So here's what I want you to do. If your skill is copywriting, rewrite the homepage copy of your favorite guru's website. If it's video editing, download some footage from YouTube and re-edit it in your style. Once you've done that, you're ready to take the next steps to make your first $100,000. And there's 4 points that I want you to take action on as part of this step. Step 1, build a portfolio. Even if you've never worked with clients, create examples to showcase your skills. When I started my influencer marketing agency, I didn't have any case studies, so I made mock campaigns to show potential clients. Doing that demonstrated I knew what I was doing and wasn't just trying to take their money at any cost. I was going to add value to them in some way. Step 2, outreach. Find where your target clients hang out, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever it is, and reach out to at least 50 people per day. Here's a simple message that you can plug and play. Hey, name, I saw that you're doing, and then something that they're doing well, I think you can improve, and then add this specific area. I made a free doc with all the improvements. Do you mind if I send it over? Some will say yes, but some will say no. But for those that do say yes, send it to them, then offer to help them out further and say you'll discuss it on a call. Now, step 3 is sealing the deal. Offer your first few prospects a discounted price with a clear promise. Work at a discount for the agreed time and work for free until they get their desired outcome. This way you get paid while learning on the job and providing your value. That is way better than charging a client once, not getting them results, and then losing them. Because not only do you lose that client and their income, but any future potential clients. And you've got to go through the pain of outreaching once again. And finally, step 4, ask for reviews. Once you deliver those results, ask for video testimonials from your clients. This will help you attract more clients and raise your prices. Once you've made some money with your skill, the next step is to find a mentor. And a mentor is someone who's already a few steps ahead of you in your fields and can help you skip the learning curve. Yes, they might charge a few $1,000s, even $10,000, but the right mentor can take you from point A to point B much faster than you would by yourself. Now, finding a real mentor isn't always easy, so here's what I look for in a good mentor. Firstly, have they got clear proof of being an expert in their line of work? Have they got clear proof of running the business they say they can help you with? Do they have most of their money from the actual business or from selling information on how to run it? The answers to these questions will tell you whether the person you're speaking to is legit or just some grifter online. Once you find a legit mentor, pay them for what they know. Everyone gives mentorship and online education a bad rep, but I genuinely believe if I had to start over as a beginner, I'd rather just learn from someone who's better than me. And there's no shame in admitting you don't know what you don't know and paying someone else to fix it. Leverage what they teach you and you will get to that first $100,000 within 12 months. And once that happens, it's time to expand. Now that you've made your first $100,000, all you have to do is repeat what you've done so far. But the difference is you hire other people to do it all for you. Now, with my business, I've got a team of around 20 full-time employees who handle everything from client work, outreach, and many things more. And that gives me time to focus on more important things like getting more clients for the business. You don't need to worry about any of that though. Just get to your first $100,000 as fast as possible with what I believe is the best vehicle of 2025, and that is I recommend starting an influencer marketing agency. It's the same business a bunch of my mentoring students have used to make their first 6 figures and that I've used to build a business that generates around $4 million every single year. I'd say I've traveled to 40 plus countries and done all the cool shit, but that's not the main reason that anyone should run an IMA. It brought me freedom and it's super cool working with influencers that I watch on a daily basis. An IMA is a middleman between influencers and brands, and you take a cut for bringing the two together. Those ads that you see online, in YouTube videos, and on Instagram, yeah, those are all thanks to an IMA who's making the connection between a brand and an influencer. So all you have to do is check out my $10,000 course on how to start one. I'm just kidding. All you gotta do is click here for a free 1-hour course on how to get started and make your first $10,000 with IMA, just like all these guys did. I'll see you inside.